Hello, everybody, and welcome back to You Think It, You Feel It,
We Say It.
My name is Nancy.
And I'm Michelle.
And welcome back to our third podcast. We actually had recorded already a third one, but we just didn't like it.
That shit was trash, though.
Honestly. And, hey, don't upload mediocre shit if you don't like it. You know
Seriously,
what I'm saying?
I mean, that was trash.
It really was, huh? What happened was we were recording, and then, like, literally halfway through it, shit happened, and then
technical difficulties just
extreme technical difficulties, and it was already like 10, almost 10:30.
Yeah, like right now.
But I have energy right now. That last time I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I think we were dead at that time, so it was kind of like,
we were dead, man.
What the fuck are we doing?
Hell yeah. But forget it, things happen. Now we're back, and this is the warning: if you're triggered easily, don't listen. If you're not, please listen. We are going to be talking about a strong topic.
Very.
Usually our past two podcasts and the third one that we were supposed to upload was about relationships. But I kind of got a little over it. So I was like, how many times do we have to talk about relationships? And today we're going to talk about something that I've been seeing on Facebook a lot this month. I don't know if it's because August is like the time to talk about it or just people just want to talk about it, which right on. I've been on Facebook. I'm a Facebook person. Nancy Salazar-Pineda.
Same here, Michelle Guevara.
I'm on that shit 24/7. So
yeah,
add me.
I get tagged every other 3 minutes. By who?
It's my
her.
It's my love language, dog. If I don't tag you, you ain't shit.
Yeah, I felt kind of insulted when I saw that you literally tagged your boyfriend in an outdoor movie theater. And I wasn't tagged in it. But, it's all right. It's all right.
Says the girl who went to go eat at a restaurant. They were supposed to go eat
I didn't
together.
even eat there.
But
I didn't
you got
eat there.
food from there fake.
That's because my mommy invited me, though. I couldn't say no.
Yeah, you could have. But whatever.
Fuck you, though.
Anywho, what I've been seeing on Facebook is hashtag save our children. Well, do you know what the hashtag is?
I've seen it when they on those memes. Not the memes, but posts.
Yeah.
Shares that they've
talked
about
like,
the kids in the cages.
You can share save our children, which is going based off of immigrants being locked in cages like fucking animals. Like, the fuck is your problem? Just send them back to the fucking country if you have such a big ass issue about it.
I mean, why are you gonna make them suffer more than they've already suffered coming here?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because by the time that they traveled and actually got to the border, bitch, that's been like a week already, depending who your coyote is.
Depending on
I don't know coyotes,
there's people that literally go months and months on the road of coming here.
Also, for those of you that don't know coyotes, I'm not talking about the animal. That's what they call
los coyotes, the one that brings you that bring you over the border.
Yeah, that's what they call them, coyotes. And they're also using Save Our Children for the kids that are getting kidnapped, sex trafficking and stuff like that. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to, talk about it on our podcast. Because, we talk about all this shit. And might as well talk about human trafficking.
Yes,
How do you feel about it? Do you know anything about human trafficking?
I'm not very aware. I mean, I've watched a couple.
You just know, like, it happens, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I know it happens. I mean, sadly, it does happen. I mean, it shouldn't be a thing. But sadly, it is. I've seen a couple documentaries on Netflix.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm not as aware as I should be.
Yeah, I'm not very educated in it either. I just know like basic shit that I've seen on YouTube documentaries.
Documentaries.
I said it right?
Yeah.
You guys want to know how I actually say it?
Documentaries.
Oh, Lord. I actually researched a little bit of it just to be a little more educated in it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a heads up for people. Did you know? Listen to this. I didn't fucking know this. You know when the Super Bowl goes on and people are like tailgating outside?
Yeah.
Like cooking and shit? That is the hottest point for someone to get stolen and sex trafficked.
I mean, yeah, because it's a crowd of like multiple
people are getting hella drunk,
families getting drunk.
I just wouldn't have thought about it like a Super Bowl.
I mean, I feel like at any family event, that you take your kids, you take your family with you. I mean, it's a possibility your kids or someone could get taken.
For sure. Or like when you go to a park, you know how people have like little kid parties at parks. Cualquiera lleva al niño. Anybody can take the kids.
They're at a park and the parents think it's safe, but it's like, are your kids ever safe though?
I don't really think so.
I don't think so.
I don't really think
ever.
So. And most of the people that get taken are women. 99% of women and girls are the ones that are being sex trafficked.
Wow.
Which is a lot.
That's a lot.
Because it's literally 1% from 100.
Dear Lord.
Like, come on now. And then that's the shit that blows me, where it's just like all of this is going on with women and girls and children and kids in general, and then people still have the audacity to be like, well, if it happened to a woman, why didn't she do this? Why shouldn't she do that? And it's just like, you as a woman feel like you always have to be on high defense wherever the fuck you go. You know what I'm saying? And that's exhausting.
It's like you always have to look over your shoulder just to see that, someone's not following you, someone's not looking at you, being a creep behind you. Sadly, that's just disgusting.
Exactly. And then it's just, I hate when people be like rape victims, right? The women go to court and the own judges are like, well, why didn't you just close your legs? Well, why didn't you just push them off? Well, why were you there in the first place? I'm like, why are you questioning someone that was obviously examined? Because they have rape centers, where they examine you and make sure of stuff, and you still give it to the men.
And I mean, like, as a human being, do you really want to go out there and be like, hey, this happened to me? Like, if it's not true. And it's just like, I mean, sadly, 9 times out of 10, it is a woman. Why? Our defenses are lower than a man's. Obviously, if a man grabs you, there's a little to no chance that you're going to get off or get away. You know what I mean?
And even then, like, mentally, sometimes women just shut down.
I mean, yeah. And in a moment of, like, panic, do you think sometimes your body does not get what your brain is telling you, like, run. It's not going to happen sometimes, sadly.
And it's just the stupidest thing. And it's like, I know from my experience, like I said, this is a 100% podcast. I, sadly, at age 16, was raped by a family member. And I know when it was going on, I think for about a minute, I was like, get off. Like, please get off. And then
it's kind of like the shock of you not being able to get out of that moment. It's kind of like, shut yourself down so you're numb, you don't feel anything. You know what I mean? So.
And I did shut down. Like, I completely shut down, and all I remember was him saying, no, you're gonna like it's gonna feel good. And then it just happened, and I just laid there, and while everything was going on, and in my head, the only thing I could think about was like, if you scream, you're gonna get in trouble. That's the first thing that came to my mind, because it was sadly, it was on my dad's house. My parents were separated, but it was on my dad's house, and all I could remember was like, if I scream right now, they're gonna say it's my fault, which they did, because when everything came out to light, they said it was my fault, that I was the one who ruined everything.
It's like, why is it that the woman is always at fault? Like, what is it?
Why can't you teach? And mind you,
I mean, it comes back to a lot of deeper issues that we have as a society as well. Honestly, you know what I mean?
Mind you, like I said, going deep into things, the guy who did this to me had been molesting me since I was 12, or maybe 10, I think. 10, 11, 12, one of those ages. Since he was molesting me since then, and they knew about it. And then all they did was make me tell them what was going on, and then they didn't even talk to him. And then it just continued. So it's like,
why are you gonna sit there and put your child toward, like,
embarrass me? Because that's what they did.
It's embarrassing you, and at the same time, it's kind of like you reliving those moments when you're telling them what they're doing to you. You know what I mean?
And then they do nothing.
Exactly.
And then I sat there. I'm just like, well, excuse me. Well, if they're not gonna do anything, then it must not be that bad.
Exactly.
And mind you, like I said.
But I mean, at that age, your mental is not to a capacity of being like, okay, is this right? You know what I mean?
Let me just put everything out there. I was molested since I was like 6 years old by multiple men. I was never being taken care of from my family, sadly, and I just was not mentally correct. Why I was a hooligan? That's why, because I just didn't know how to process emotions. And I know for a fact, now that I'm older, I wish I would have spoke up and sent that person to jail, because they they deserve to go to jail.
They do.
Every single one of them deserves to go to jail.
They do.
And these are people that are always around me, like people that get invited to birthday parties, sadly, because no one really gives a fuck. But it goes back to you know, people just not caring and it making it seem like it's like usual.
I mean, like America, I said,
or any country.
I'm sorry, but 9 times out of 10, it's not taken serious in a Hispanic. In the Hispanic culture, it's kind of like, oh, okay, that's normal.
Well, I know a lot of my African Americans as well. Like I've had friends that the same thing. Like their parents made them tell their whole family what happened, and then the person was still invited to the cookout the next weekend.
That makes no fucking sense.
And it makes no sense but let it happen to a boy. Let a man, a grown man try to rape a little boy or something like that. The whole family flips out, talking about like that's gay shit, da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then they put that person in jail or they beat the shit out of that person. So why is it different when it's a woman? Just because it's natural to women to get touched, to get raped, to get sexually assaulted? Like it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's all types of wrong. Like, you know, we deserve someone to stand up for us. You know what I mean? Not just because we're women and we're sexualized as, you know, because we're women. You know what I mean? So it's just like we're supposed to be sexy. We're supposed to be this. We're supposed to be touched. We're supposed to be with a man. So, but it doesn't mean that we have to be forced to be with the man. Exactly. It's not right. And at the end of the day, it's like we all deserve someone to be like to stand up for us. You know, not just men. I mean, obviously, that sucks, and I'm sorry that happened to you. But it's like, where are we left? Yeah, just at the bottom of the barrel until you know they have nothing else to do or nothing, no other case to solve.
Like for example, right? Just using my personal experiences, I remember there was this one of the men that were molesting me. Yeah. The way he got to me was I think it was his nephew was my friend from school, and he was our neighbor. So I would go over and play with him, and he was doing the same thing he was doing to me to his nephew. Wow! Like he was literally raping both of us, basically. Mind you, I was like 6, 7 years old, and when it came out to light what happened, everybody was more worried about I'm not gonna put his name out because I don't even know well, it doesn't matter. Everybody was worried about Walter. But no one what people told me, and by people I mean my family members that found out, they're like, well, why'd you even go over? Why'd you even let him touch you like that? Why'd you even let him like take
because you were a fucking
off?
Child.
Exactly. But Walter was like, when they were talking to Walter, because we were next to each other when this was going on, and they were like, oh my god, are you fine? We're gonna call the cops right now, da 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 da. And I'm just like, wait, so it's my fault that it happened, but with Walter it's like poor him. And that was my first oh well then I mean
it's okay then
like all these men are gonna do it to me, so I might as well just let it happen.
It's like sadly
it really fucked me up.
Yeah, I mean anybody. I mean you're in a, like I said, and I've always said in the last 2 podcasts, you know, about children absorb what they see. Yeah. So when you see and you hear someone tell you it's okay, or like it's your fault because you did that, then it's just a constant thing that's in your mind. You know what I mean?
That it happens and there's no consequence towards it. Exactly. Like it's just like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? And then there's these kids out there that literally be taken out of broad daylight. And sadly, if you're not Caucasian, you're not going to be looked for.
You're not. I mean, it's a very low chance.
I don't give a fuck who gets upset about it. There's no way that if you're not Caucasian and you see little blue eyes on the news, people are going to look for you for a week just so people can say, oh, we looked for
yeah, them. Exactly.
You know? And it's the saddest thing ever. And that's where the human trafficking comes from, because people and most of them are runaways. Yeah. Or a lot of them are from foster care, sadly, because, you know, foster care, it's win or losing it. You either get a good foster home or you don't. And a lot of them are runaways and these impressionable teens, which also is sad that, like, forget about the foster, but I mean, like, if you're a teen and you have a family and your family doesn't explain to you, like, I don't know, because you know how in movies these people be like, oh, I can take care of you, I'll be here for you, and then the girls just leave with some random ass kid.
I mean, I guess it's like they're looking for validation when they didn't have it at home. You know what I mean? So it's like sad. They're easier impressed. I mean, they're easily persuaded to do stuff.
And sadly, those people are the ones that cops are just like, well, she's a prostitute. What are you gonna do about it? You know?
Exactly.
And it's just like, what do you mean? It's
I mean, but like
15-year-old kid that's a prostitute.
I mean, and 9 times out of 10, it's not because they want to be. It's because they're getting pimped out.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And then if they are rescued, they're arrested and convicted as a prostitute.
Exactly.
As in selling.
Which makes no sense to me.
Like, you're a victim. And you're over
My thing is, like, if you're being pressured or even threatened to be
obligated.
A prostitute and obligated to be a prostitute or to do any type of, you know, sexual act or selling drugs or anything, like, why are you getting convicted when you're getting literally threatened? Your life is getting threatened. So how does that work out? Like,
it goes off like that girl Kim Kardashian tried to help. I'm sorry if I pronounce her name wrong. I believe it's pronounced Centoya Browns.
Yeah, Centoya Brown.
Centoya Brown.
Mm-hmm.
It's like her that she was locked up at 16.
Yeah, and she just got out like what, last year?
She got out. She got mercy 2018, and then she was released August 8th, 2019.
Damn.
So she still stayed a whole year after getting mercy from the legislation of Tennessee or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But she got locked up at 16. Didn't even get noticed until the Me Too movement came in. What, two years ago?
Mm-hmm.
A year ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And mind you, she was locked up because she was being pimped by this pimp called Cutthroat.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, that sounds scary as fuck already.
I mean, he was gonna cut her throat.
Cutthroat, right? And I believe she was taken from the streets at 16 years old, sex trafficked by Cutthroat.
Did she not run away?
That's what I'm saying. Like, she got picked up from the streets, like like that impressionable person, teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And in one of her things, this guy named Johnny Allen, 43-year-old disgusting ass man, took her to his place, and he was a real estate agent. So you already know that, like, people with high money, it's like fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Like, everything with people with money is just an issue.
Exactly.
And she felt like in the moment he was gonna kill her, so what she did was self-defend herself. And then it wasn't until 11 years later where Kim comes and helps her. And then January 2019, there you go. Kim helps her 2018, January 2019, she gets mercy, lenience, and then at age 30, she is released August 8th, 2019.
Can you imagine being convicted for that amount of time, being in a jail for that amount of time over something that you were pressured to do?
Obligated, dog.
Like, what the fuck is that?
Like, how does... But you know, if it was the other way around, where a man would have been like, well, I felt like she was... Well, no, because I'm not even going to do that. Because there's men that do get raped and they get made fun of. Because it's like, who wouldn't want a girl to do that to them? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also kind of just more of a aspect of like... I mean, she killed him because he was going to kill her.
I mean, it's self-defense at the end of the day. Like, I understand, like, she was prostituting. But, it wasn't her... It wasn't what she wanted to do, at least. I mean, she was... At the end of the day, I mean, she found someone that I guess she felt like she was gonna be safe with. And obviously, she wasn't safe. You know what I mean? But it's just like... Why do they have to be convicted? Like, I really try to grasp and understand that type of situations. But I don't get it.
Yeah, and I also feel like if Sir Allen, the fucking real estate son of a bitch, if she shot him and he didn't die, they would have gone to court and still blamed her because he was a real estate agent, and they're probably be like,
because there's money involved. You know what I mean? When there's money involved, the one that doesn't have the money always loses. You know what I mean? That's just,
which is sad.
It's like it's power. You know, money, power.
Exactly.
And that's just it.
And just the other day, like, or not even, literally the other day, I shared a post on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm always on fucking Facebook. And it's a thread of quotes said by real judges in court during rape trials, right? Mm-hmm. One of them is, if you get sexually assaulted, raped, why wouldn't you tell the police? When has telling the police helped anybody? Tell me any time in the news that you've seen, other than a Caucasian from the mountains of Caucasus, been charged correctly.
Exactly.
Like when?
I mean, there was this guy that literally, like, it was this white man that raped this girl in a alley. I don't know when it was. I think it was a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. And he literally got house arrest because the boy had a football scholarship.
Oh, yes, I know exactly.
You know who I'm talking about? I don't know his name.
And even on his picture of it,
mm-hmm.
you can tell that he was a little preppy, like
yeah.
I'm gonna talk shit to you, but if you hit me, I'm gonna sue you.
You know damn well, like, he just had that little smirk going on to himself, because you know damn well he wasn't gonna be he was not gonna get convicted the way a person should have been convicted, because you know if he would have been
Latino, an African American,
a person of color, and it would have been a whole other issue, a whole other ball game.
And you notice that, like, even let's go into like deep serial killers, right? Mm-hmm. Any serial killer that was white, how many fucking trials do they get? Literally like 5. Yeah. 5 trials before they decide, and then they even let them talk and
Yeah.
Let it be someone of color once and done, and you get life. Mm-hmm. You get how many ever years?
Exactly.
And I'm just like, why is it that, like?
There's a lot of
it's racism, but
exactly. I mean, there's a lot of people that have been wrongly convicted, to be honest. And it's like the saddest thing, where it's like they have to wait years upon years upon years to even get another trial, another chance to actually, get out of there. You know what I mean? And it's just, it's all types of wrong. But at the end of the day, I mean, we just have to keep standing up for those people and seeing what we can do as people out here.
Like, listen to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says, this is Judge Raymond Dean addressing the jury in a rape trial. He says, as the gentleman on the jury will understand, when a woman says no, she doesn't always mean it. Men can't turn their emotions on and off like a tap, like some women can.
What?
Because you can't fucking control the urge to stick your penis in something.
I'm sorry, right? You can tell the difference of like a, no, stop, don't do that, to, no, stop, I don't do that, please leave me alone. Like, there's a total difference, and a man knows when they should stop, but they don't stop because they know damn well nothing's gonna happen to them, because nobody's gonna do anything. And 9 times out of 10, a woman's not gonna stand up for themselves, because nobody's gonna believe them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like they can and they know when to stop, but they just refuse to, because they're just like, you know what, you're a woman, and this is what you're made for. Exactly. For me to stick my penis inside of you, and that's it. It's so it fucking blows my fucking mind how, like, people in power still have the audacity to think like that. Like, what if I bet you if it was one of their children, it would have been a whole fucking other issue.
That person would have got the fucking chair.
Yes, my dog. 100. They would have been electrocuted and everything.
Listen to this. Judge Huden talking about an 8-year-old girl. Listen, 8-year-old girl who had been sexually abused for a year by a convicted child molester.
Wow.
First of all, fuck the parent that let a convicted child molester be in her fucking house. He says, it seems on the evidence that this child has not suffered as a result of these offenses. Evidence of what?
What? If
the child is being sexually abused, you can literally check the child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm sorry, but a child can tell you look, if they're not babies, by the time they're 3, 4, they can tell you exactly what the fuck went on. And when a child says it, fucking believe it, because literally they can tell you. So there's no way of an 8-year-old that can't tell you what the fuck just happened.
Here's another one. This was a rare sort of rape. It is not like someone being jumped on in the street. This is within the family, so it doesn't count as a public rape.
What?
So because it was in a family, it's not rape. Like, do you see what the fuck? And I don't know who these fucking judges are, but 100% are men.
You're fucking trash.
100%.
If you fucking said that and you're the fucking judge, you're fucking trash. Oh my god, I can't handle that.
Dude, these fucking shit. I didn't read them all, but I'm reading them right now. If someone doesn't want to have sexual intercourse, the body shuts down. The body will not permit that to happen unless a lot of damage is inflicted. The victim in this case, although she wasn't necessarily willing, she did not put up a fight. So So if the body shuts down, apparently your vagina has fucking steel walls and close it so a dick don't go in.
Oh my god, what the fuck
Like,
is their problem? That blows my fucking mind.
But let's go back to the lady who had a whole fucking, mind you, I don't know if it's a lady. Mm-hmm. I know it could have been a dad, whatever. Convicted child molester in your house. Like, do these people not CPS, right? Child Protective Services. Do these people not notice when aren't they supposed to keep track of fucking child predators? Like, don't you have to?
I mean, they are. You literally have to register yourself as a sex offender.
Exactly. That's what the fuck I'm saying. And it takes me back to like this, like I said, our podcast is all over the place. But we were just talking about sex trafficking. But let's get into little kids. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if you guys have seen the Netflix documentary, the trials of Gabriel Fernandez. Have you seen it, best friend?
Yo, that shit had me chopped. I cried the whole entire way through that thing.
I don't know if anybody has seen it, but if you haven't, let me give you a brief of what it is. It's about an 8-year-old boy, Gabriel Hernandez.
May he rest in peace.
Yes, may he rest in peace. He died on May 24th, 2013 by the hands of his own mother.
Fuck that stupid boyfriend. Bitch.
Fuck both of them.
Yeah, and that stupid
he was
fat
tortured
fuck.
And abused. Here's where it gets like stupid, right? He was living with family, like relatives, aka he was living with one of his uncles who was gay, and he was a happy boy from what the documentary said. Happy. But then in 2012, his mom decided to take him because she needed more welfare benefits, which first of all is fucking trash. Like, if you don't want your child, you just want them for fucking benefits. Like, leave your child be happy.
Exactly.
Like, why the fuck you gotta do that? And so she takes him 2012, and that same year she enlists him in a different school. The kid, Gabriel wasn't even there for 2 days when he had asked his teacher, hey, is it normal for your parents to hit you? Yeah. And the teacher was just like, what do you mean? And he's like, is it normal to get hit? And she's like thinking maybe he gets spanked or whatever. And she's like, well, yeah, if you're like acting bad or something, like you get spanked. And he's like, but is it normal to hit you till you bleed or fall asleep or something? Wow. And that's where the teacher knew it was like, serious. Something was going on, right? So she tells CPS, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And each time she had proof. The first time was because he asked himself. Second time he came to school, shaved, cigar burns, black eyes, everything, right?
That like makes me want to cry. It's so sad.
It's the saddest thing because this is a fucking 8-year-old boy. Yeah. Who hasn't lived with his mom forever, and you could just imagine how much he wants her approval.
Exactly.
Let alone like knowing that it's your mom and your mom's treating you like shit. You want
and your mom is letting some stupid fat fuck hurt you in front of her fucking eyes, and then she joined with him and join with him in hurting her child, which to me blows my mind, because it's like you held this human being in your fucking body, and then you bring it out just for it to get hurt, and you
or not even then, like she birthed him and still gave him away.
I mean, left him, but he was happy. That's what blows my mind. It's like he's happy. He's happy. You have 2 other kids. You don't want him, don't take him back. Exactly. Don't hurt him. You just give him back. You know what I mean?
And that just goes back into the system not doing their job and not taking shit seriously.
You know, I'm sorry, but all these people are like, you know, studying to be social workers because obviously it makes good money. But at the end of the day, what the fuck are you doing to make a change other than you making your money, going home, ending your day, you know, at 5 o'clock and going to your family, and all these kids are really truly going through shit that it's fucking insane.
And then you have these CPS workers that be going to houses just because the kid doesn't eat one day because it's a hard-working family, and sometimes it just, you know, sadly there's parents that have to work all day and the kids are home alone, and it's not that they're being neglected, it's just they can't afford and they need to keep clothing, a roof, and food in the kitchen. And then that's where CPS wants to come in and take out the kids, but yet you're over here seeing children get raped, molested, hurt, abused, and you turn a fucking eye to it because it's too much work, it's too much document.
Exactly. Like,
that's what one of the CPS workers said. They were just like, it was too much documents, so we just left it. And then they went to go see how Gabriel was doing, and they were just like, well, the mom said everything was fine. But I'm just like, even if the mom said that, did you not see the burns? Did you not see his
I'm sorry,
haircut?
you can see,
like, you saw
you
the
could
pictures
see
of the
that child that he wasn't in a he wasn't in a good state, you know, physically, mentally, like he was not. If you saw the pictures that he was making, like, you could tell, man. Like, it blows my mind how these people just literally turned away from it.
I know you saw it, but for the people who didn't see it, his mom called 911 May 22nd, 2013, because he was not breathing. What happened that day? Her fucking boyfriend and herself were beating the shit out of him to the point where when the cops came up, first he wasn't breathing. He was already dead, sadly. He had broken ribs, a cracked skull. Mind you, how hard do you have to hit someone to crack their skull? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he had BB pellets in his body, all over his body. And they found bite marks, scratches, cuts, bruises, everything.
They even found cat litter in his body.
Yes,
that was the food that he was eating.
Because they would close him in
it was kind of like a little cabinet.
A cabinet. They would close the cabinet, and then it's just mind blowing. Like, and then the CPS people go to trial and just get fired.
You know, just a smack on the wrist, and that's it.
Because they were. It's like, how do you not call the cops when you see a child like that? Because, like I said, if you watch the thing on Netflix, there's no way in hell, like, me as a CPS worker, I'm gonna look at Gabriel and be like, oh, he's fine. Yeah. His mom said he was fine, he's fine.
Exactly.
That kid was visually hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt. I mean, my thing is, and I'm gonna tell you now, if you're a fucking CPS worker and you're not taking this shit serious, because that is a serious fucking job. At the end of the day, fucking quit. Or, bitch, I'm gonna come look for you because I'm tired of these people. I am tired. And it's like so many children have been fucking hurting, bro. And it's just like a child.
I bet you, and I'm going back to it, I don't give a fuck if people say I'm racist. I bet you if it was some white bitch, 100%, they would have been like, we're gonna get the child tested, we're gonna take them to a psychiatrist, we're gonna
yeah.
And I'm just like,
but it's just because it's a low income family. It's like, you know, we're just gonna turn a blind eye because this is too much work. And
but even
it's like they're whatever.
Like, even then, it's like I said, they be taking kids that don't need to be taken, but be leaving the kids that do.
Exactly.
You know, and
it's like you're actually letting them keep getting hurt.
And then even then, it's a lose-lose situation, because then it comes to them being in foster care. If they don't have family, they want them. And then in foster care, it's a lose or win situation. They either get help, like, or it gets worse.
My thing is, at least he's out of that situation right now. You know what I mean? My thing is, if you're literally, he was hurting so bad. I don't think anybody, they're fucking inhumane. That's a problem. Yeah. Those people are fucking inhumane.
He would still go to school, and when they were doing Mother's Day projects, he would make the beautiful thing for his mother and being like, I hope she likes it.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, he was just looking for validation from his own mom.
It's the saddest shit.
It's kind of like, you know, he's sitting here, he's going through all this shit, and like, as a child, I applaud him to even still want his mom's approval. And I mean, obviously he's a child and he's gonna want it.
I thought incest was illegal, but I guess fucking not, because separation of church and state. But still, even if it was like because of church, right? Like, if that was the supposed separation, you would think that they still be like, well, this is fucking rape. You know,
it's still disgusting. I mean,
these are
it's just fucking morals. People. And I mean, there's some states that really do ban incest, like, completely. Sure. Like, I don't know if you've seen on Dr. Phil, like, this couple, they're like cousins or like second cousins or something, but they got married and they had a whole baby and they had to go to court and everything for it. I think they were about to do time too.
Dog, like, my thing is, right, how are you a whole supposed religion? First of all, let me make this very clear, and it's because I've been to church. I was very dedicated for a whole year. Mormons, normal Mormons, like the actual religion of Mormons, this don't accept that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are pedophiles. That's what they are. And one of them got arrested. Like the prophet, one of the main ones, he got arrested. And since this man is in jail, he said that God told him that no man could have sex anymore. Because he was in jail and he wasn't having sex.
My thing is, right, they're sitting here hiding behind religion to do those nasty things behind religion. And that's just not right. That's just, I mean, to me, right? That's just a fucking disgrace of a human being.
And a disgrace to a religion.
Exactly. It's like you're using a religion that, you know, people believe in, right?
Yeah.
And you're using it to hide behind and just do nasty things and, you know, hurt other human beings as well. So it's like,
yeah, what
are you doing?
Exactly. And it's like,
and I'm sorry, let me just put it in there, right? Because I always say this to everybody, and like, I've gotten invited to church and shit, but I ain't about that life for that same reason. I'm not saying that every religion is like that. I'm not saying that the religions itself are there. But there's a lot of people hiding behind religion, talking about some, oh yeah, I'm Christian, or I'm Catholic, or I'm Mormon, and I don't do anything. I'm a person of God. And then they're like literally hitting on like 12-year-olds at the church, my dog. And like, that's why I just don't go to church. I'm sorry. Just putting it out there.
Fucking ugh. Talk about pedophiles. Have you heard about that group who wanted to be included in the LGBT community?
No.
They're called MAPS. MAPS, right? Standing for Minor Attracted Persons. Which means this is a grown-ass pedophile, but they don't want to be called pedophiles. So they say that they're grown people. Wait, no, they say that they're a child stuck in a grown person's body. And that their urges are to play with little kids.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
And that they want a flag. Because they're just like LGBT.
Literally a flag that says fucking child molester, maybe. But other than that, I mean, what the fuck are you gonna get?
Because they're saying that it's the same thing as a woman trapped in a man's body and a man trapped in a woman's body.
No, that's just an excuse to be disgusting.
But get this, like the government is actually taking it into consideration.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, like they're just like, well, it makes sense. Why can a man change to a woman and a woman change to a man, but a grown ass person can't be a child? I'm gonna tell you why, because your balls dropped and you're not a fucking child.
That's so why. Disgusting.
Like,
do you see what like I am saying? Like, the government is taking things that are so stupid in consideration, so fucking just out of this fucking world, to be honest, over serious topics that are hurting other humans, like everything else we've talked about. Like, what the fuck are you considering these people that are stuck in a grown people body? What the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly.
Like, get your situation right.
This started off online in 2018. It started online by a user who is a convicted child molester.
Oh my god.
But get this. Oh, this irks me and it gives me goosebumps. This is a convicted child molester, as in he molested a child who was 8 months.
What the fuck?
8 months, mind you. They're not
capable of fighting these people.
This child died, by the way, because this is, like I said, this is intense stuff. This child died because he physically inserted his
penis
into the child and just broke the child. And mind you, he's Caucasian, so he wasn't sentenced or anything. He was left on probation and on house arrest, and that all he had to do was list in it, right? And what did they do? They blamed the mother, which, mind you, 100% sometimes parents are to blame, but you're gonna blame the mother and try to convict the mother but give him house arrest.
He's the one that fucking did it, you stupid fucking pedophile.
Like,
oh my god,
explain that to me. And that's the person who decided. They didn't have a name. I looked this up. I researched it. They didn't have an exact name. They just know that he had a username of some stupid little kid shit. And it started in 2018.
That's a fucking unbelievable at this point.
And then I think the flag is like light blue and light pink, and then yellow and some stupid shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing, dog? Like
I'm speechless at this
like
point.
you mean to tell me you can't give immigrants the chance to come and work legally?
Mind you, you need them. So that's like you keep some of them.
But yet you're taking into consideration giving a pedophile the opportunity to be an actual pedophile.
Like, what the fuck is your problem? And why?
How do you say pedophile in Spanish? Because I like how it's
pedófilo.
Pedófilo. I like how that sounds.
Pedófilo.
Pedófilo. And mind you, there's different types. I didn't know this. I thought it was just pedophiles. But apparently there's different words. I can't pronounce them. So let's see how to pronounce them. And then I'll tell you what they mean. Let me, hold on, guys. Give us a break for a minute. Let me type
Give us a couple seconds to find how fucking shitty these people are. I just can't believe how people can do that shit. ¿Cómo?
It says... Nope. Okay, this is what my phone said, right? Speak. Nepiophiles.
Is that a fucking word?
I don't know. Nepiophiles are people that are into babies and toddlers.
Oh my god.
Pedophiles are into prepubescent. As in, I'm assuming that it's kids that are going into like 10, 12 years old before their periods start, right? And then there's, again, don't know how to pronounce it, Hebephiles, which is for pubescent, fucking shit. Pubes, bitch, I can't say this.
Pubes.
Pubescent, and early adults.
Wow.
Which I'm assuming are like teens.
Yeah.
And then there's
adolescents.
And then there's Ephebophiles, which is late adults, which are like almost 18 kids, I believe.
Well, guess what? All that group of people should just go fucking die, because that's what you guys deserve, to fucking hurt little kids. How are you gonna sit here and literally like do that to a baby? Yeah, like what in your mind tells you it's okay? Like, that makes no fucking sense to me.
And most of these people, parents saw, I was reading stuff, right? Most of these people, the parents saw that the kids were weird, but they're just like, it's the phase.
Because just like there are signs, for serial killers, when they're kids, they kill fucking animals. Like, there's signs for fucking pedophiles, and there's signs for people that are schizophrenic. There's signs for people that are just gonna be psychopaths. You know what I mean? They are. But if you don't get your children help at the beginning, what the fuck makes you think that they're gonna change within a couple of years? Yeah. It gets worse. If you get
them help and they don't, and if it doesn't fucking work, then
put them in the fucking psych ward or something.
Yeah, because why are you gonna have kids running out?
I mean, my thing is, if my kid's a fucking psycho, you best believe I'm not gonna have that kid out there in the whole world trying to kill people. I'm not gonna have my name slandered all over the place because my kid decided to do something stupid, and because I thought it was okay just to let them and they'll grow from it, or they get over it. No, they're not gonna get over it. These are people that need help. You know what I mean? And it's just like...
But let me make this clear. Just because it is a mental illness, it does not...
It's not an excuse.
Your actions.
No.
Because regardless, if you know, and you should know, that it's not okay to be a grown-ass man and touch little kids.
Exactly.
If you know that that's a problem that's going through your head, te matas.
I would kill myself too. I mean, my thing is, as parents, especially when you see these weird little signs... Yeah. Get your child some help, please. Like, make someone else's life actually matter. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know who they're gonna kill.
About what other people are saying.
Exactly. Like, I don't. I mean, I personally wouldn't give a fuck if people around me are talking about something. My kid's crazy. Yes, my fucking kid's crazy, and I'm gonna get him help because that's the parent I want to be. Because at the end of the day, you're preventing someone else from dying. You're preventing someone else from getting raped. You're preventing a lot more than you could have. You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm sorry, but it's better to do it early on as a child. You can get them help. than as an adult, because once they hit adult, their mind is already wired as it should be.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, but they're gonna wreck a whole lot of shit.
And yeah, dog, it's wild. Like, I'm just thinking, it's just like so much information to take in, and so much.
It's kind of draining, to be honest.
Sad.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that people just don't care. That's the
they
crazy
don't,
part.
and it's just
and
like
when they do care, it's just for that specific time, so people don't.
And you know what's the
riot.
saddest part is that the parents sometimes, I'm not trying to shade anybody. The parents, after, like, they've grown up and they do some, like, the person does something, they're like, oh my gosh, like, I saw the signs, but I didn't do anything about it because I didn't think it was something like that. No, you should have done something, you dumbass. Like, now what? Your kid is either gonna get killed, or, like, obviously, people get electric share. Do they still kill people?
Some states.
Death row, whatever. But, like, I mean, and sadly, I mean, I would feel very ashamed of my child. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you always love your child.
I will disown my child.
I'm sorry. Like, I'll love my kid.
Like, that's the funniest part. You got people disowning children because their sexual orientation isn't what you expected it to be, but yet you'll protect them to the ends of the earth if they rape someone.
Exactly. Like, how does that make sense?
Like, you're choosing to disown your child for something that is not their fault. They were born that way, regardless of what anybody says. They're born not liking a certain sex and just liking something else, or not liking anything. But yeah, you want to protect them from something that they knew was morally wrong but decided to do regardless.
Exactly.
Like, they had a choice. Your sexual orientation isn't really a choice. That's what you go with, right? It's like, I didn't choose to like girls and boys. I just know that I find women juicy, and I find men juicy as fuck too.
And I didn't find it wrong when I just like penis and that's it.
Exactly.
I'm just a heterosexual woman. Like, that's just
exactly.
it.
And I'm just bisexual. What the fuck? But if I go around busting people in the fucking face, that was my choice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense. But just to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Sex trafficking is bad.
I mean, just stand up, stand up and
if
be a voice, you know what I mean?
Or, like, I don't know, dog. It's just, help people out, you know? And I'm going to give some information out just so everybody can, like, because there's people probably that we know that are going through some crazy shit, or know someone. There is a hotline that you guys can call for human trafficking, which can go to prostitution, to anything that you feel like is sexual assault. It's called the Human Trafficking Hotline. You can also text them at 233-733. Text info or help. It is open 24/7. They speak 200 languages. There's also a website, www.humantraffickinghotline.org. Like I said, they're 24/7. Also, there is a hotline for the National Sexual Assault Hotline. This is for people who have been raped, assaulted. Any age can call. Anything, if you don't feel comfortable calling 911 or anything and you just need to talk to someone or something, you can call this number, which is 1-800-656-4673. They also have an online chat, whichever you guys feel comfortable. You can always just look up on Google as well, if you guys don't remember this podcast, if you don't listen.
But please just say something, you know what I mean? Like, you're not alone. There's people going through it, and, like, I mean, you don't have to share your story. You don't have to say anything. Just find help, because at the end of the day, like, there are people that actually want to help you.
Yeah.
So
the only reason why I put my shit out there is because I'm tired of hiding it. Like,
yeah.
I'm tired of worrying about what other people are gonna say and what it says about other people. Because at the end of the day, you know me more than anybody. All this shit hurt me, and it put me back a lot.
And it mentally scars you.
It really does. It really does. And I'm just sharing it because I just want people to know that, like, it gets better. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. There's moments that, like, I wish the fucking purge would happen and I could just go get all of them. Especially with one specific person. But, like, I just want people to know that you can get through it, and that, don't be scared to speak up. Like, regardless, don't let your family put you down either, Like, protect yourself regardless.
My thing is, that's your That's your experience. You know,
That's
it's
your
nobody
story.
else's. Nobody understands. Nobody. I mean, there's people that have gone through it and they understand. But I mean, like, people around you, sometimes they don't understand and they don't know how to actually talk to you. So it's like, you know what? Find someone that can hear you out and doesn't give you an opinion or tell you it's okay. No, it's not okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Find someone that
It's
can
not
help
your
you.
fault also.
And it's not your fault. You know, sadly, human beings that are disgusting enough to do that, they do it. But
And for those people that think about like running away, don't. And if you do, go to someone that you personally know. And if you don't know anybody, go straight to the police.
exactly.
Like, don't get in nobody's car. And please protect yourself when you're going out. This goes for my ladies and for men, because who knows, men can be sex trafficked too. But like, I don't know, take a self-defense class. Do stuff that, regardless of people like, why are you doing that? Da, da, da. Do it, because if it makes you feel safe and it is gonna help you at one point, do it.
Yo, I walk with my keys in between my fingers.
Dude, I be
Especially
watching
in the
self-defense
nighttime.
shit. I know how to get out of chokehold now. I know how to get someone off me. Like,
Amen, sister.
it's shit that you just need to know.
Sister.
It's just shit you need to know.
Yeah, you do.
But yeah, this is our third podcast. Again, sorry for the people that have been waiting, because I'm so happy that people
Sorry
actually
for
want to hear
the
it.
delay.
I'm so glad that people actually want to hear it. And we both wanted to go more off of, like, because our first two podcasts were relationships. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to mix it up, you know.
We're trying to make it everything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was feeling very strong about this just because obviously I've been through it. And I just really wanted people to know.
Yeah, to get informed.
And like I said, guys, for the people that do comment on stuff, if you really, I don't mind telling my story, my stories, because sadly I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't mind going through it, especially if it's gonna help someone help themselves go through stuff and understand what's going on. I don't mind speaking about it. Please just comment, send anything. We're
you
here.
guys can like send us a message if you guys ever need to talk, you know. Like, we're here. You need us to speak about a topic, we can speak about a topic, give our opinion, our experiences in them. Whatever you guys need. I mean, we're here to be your voice. That's the point of our podcast, at least. Yeah. You know, we wanted to start this just because we want to be a voice for people that don't want to put their voice out there, you know? I mean,
and you can send us anything and we won't put your name out. We won't do anything unless you request to.
We will take the fucking negativity from other people. It's okay.
We'll take it for you. Like,
we don't give a fuck.
Just don't come up to me, dog, because I'm not who I used to be.
I'm gonna bop you in your face, motherfucker.
But yeah, this is our conclusion.
Yeah.
Fucking system sucks ass sometimes.
Yes,
People are
ma'am.
trash. Pedophilia is disgusting. Sex trafficking is disgusting. Speak up, no matter what the situation, and even if you feel like no one's gonna listen to you, do it. Like, and if no one's listening to you, sadly, you might have to do it by yourself, and you're gonna have to be there for yourself. And you know, speak up. That's all
Speak up.
say.
Put your story out there. You know, speak to people that you think that might help you. Like, do anything you can just to put it out there. Don't feel like you're alone. There's people going through the same thing that can help you. We're here.
If anything, like I said, my Instagram is _Nancy_DSP_. My Facebook is Nancy Salazar Pineda. I don't have anything else, but you can contact me in any one of those, and I will respond.
Yes, ma'am.
As long as it's like, because you want help, don't be fucking rude. If you send me a rude message, I'm blocking you.
Yeah, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro.
Fuck your shit.
Yeah, ma'am.
But yes, this concludes our third podcast. A lot of technical difficulties, but one day we will get it straight.
One day, sorry.
We will get our shit together. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. We worked very hard on this.
Mostly Nancy.
Yeah. I worked really hard on the information just because, like I said, it really touches my heart, and I feel like this is something that I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you so much for coming back.
Yes,
if you
give
did,
this thumbs up.
Subscribe. Comment.
Please comment.
No me venga a decir que me muera.
Yeah, share it, guys. Share it.
Yeah, please share it with your friends, your
coworkers,
coworkers, your Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat,
Snapchat,
Twitter.
What?
Twitter. If you use
Snapchat.
Twitter.
I said Snapchat. Snapchat.
You probably talk a lot of shit on Snapchat, sis.
You know?
Yeah.
No.
But for real, guys, like, please share. It helps us out. I mean, just to get our voices across in different platforms. And then maybe one day we'll stop having so many technical difficulties.
And even then, as long as we get it done, that's the point.
I mean, yeah.
What is it? It doesn't matter what place you're in as long as you finish the race.
Amen. Amen.
Hallelujah. And thank you for listening to You Think It, You Feel It.
We say it.
I am Nancy.
And I am Michelle.
And we are
out.